All right, listen up. If you're struggling to hire in Winnipeg and you're blaming lazy workers or your pay scale, you're dead wrong. And you're burning cash on a problem you don't even understand. So let's fix that right now. This right here is the entire problem in a nutshell. It's not about work ethic. It's not about motivation. It's a straight up mismatch between the jobs you need filled and the skills people actually have. The data backs this up, and ignoring this fact is costing you money every single day. Okay, section 1. Let's get into the real problem here in Winnipeg. We're going to cut through the usual excuses and look at the cold hard numbers. And trust me, they tell a very different story. The real bottleneck to your growth isn't what you're paying, it's what you're not training. Look, for years, the go-to answer was just throw more money at it, right? Well, that playbook is officially obsolete. The data is clear. The real battle isn't for bodies, it's for brains. You're not just competing for workers. You're in a dogfight for a tiny, specific pool of skilled talent. So what does this number mean? 5.7%. That's Manitoba's unemployment rate. It's low. That means the pool of available, qualified, ready-to-go people is incredibly shallow. The talent you need, they're either already working for someone else or they just don't have the skills you're looking for. And this chart, this lays it all out. Forget the coffee shop talk. Look at the data. Almost half of employers, 49%, say applicants flat out lack the right experience. Another 47% say they don't have the hard technical skills. This isn't guesswork. This is what's actually happening on the front line. And here's the knockout punch. Look at the trends. The number of businesses blaming pay as a hiring problem has dropped a lot. It's down to just 17%. But what's going up? Lack of experience. It's the #1 roadblock. The market has completely shifted. This isn't a compensation problem anymore. It's a full-blown competency crisis. Which brings us to section 2, the cost of doing nothing. So what happens if you just sit back and complain? Well, the skills gap will bleed you dry. An empty chair in a skilled role isn't just an HR problem. It's a hole in your revenue. It's a direct hit to your ability to operate. Think about it. Every day that role sits empty, you get production delays. Your best people are getting crushed with overtime, which kills your margins and burns them out. Meanwhile, your competitors who have cracked this code, they're taking your market share because they can actually deliver. And innovation? Forget about it. You're stuck in survival mode, just trying to keep the lights on. Okay, enough admiring the problem. Let's talk solutions. Section 3, the 5-step hiring fix. This isn't some high-level academic theory. This is a tactical playbook for operators who need to fix this problem now. Here are the 5 steps. 1. Audit your actual skills gap. Get specific. 2. Hire from potential, not just a perfect resume. 3. Build your own damn talent pipeline. 4. Use government grants to cut your training costs. And 5. Create a real strategy to keep the people you just spent all that time and money training. Let's zoom in on step 3, because it's a game changer. Stop waiting for talent to magically appear. You have to go out and build a pipeline yourself. That means partnering with places like RRC Polytech and Assiniboine. Get involved in their co-op programs. Set up apprenticeships. This gives you first dibs on hungry, motivated people that you can shape for your exact needs. It's a massive strategic advantage. Now I know what you're thinking, training costs money. It's the biggest excuse. Well, that excuse is now officially invalid. There is a huge opportunity right now to use government money to build your team. $10,000. That's how much the Canada-Manitoba Job Grant can provide per employee for training. And let's be clear, this isn't a loan you have to pay back. It's a grant. It exists specifically to help you solve this exact skills gap problem. And if you're a small business, 100 employees or less, it gets even better. The government picks up the tab for up to 75% of the cost. You pay 25%. This makes training a high-leverage, low-risk investment. Honestly, it's a no-brainer. This is the single best tool available to you right now. So act on it. Here's the contact info. Screenshot this. Don't wait around. Email them, call them, get your application going and start closing your skills gap with their money, not yours. Okay, section 4, train versus automate. Once you have a plan for people, you need to ask the next strategic question. Sometimes the right move isn't another person, it's a machine, but you need a simple way to make that call. So this is the question every smart operator is asking right now. When do you automate instead of hire? Because picking the wrong tool for the job is a fast way to burn through cash. Here's the framework. It's simple. If the task is complex, unpredictable, and requires real problem solving, you train a human. That's what people are good at. But if the task is repetitive, predictable, and follows the same rules every single time, you automate it. Stop paying people to act like robots. Alright, section 5, the playbook in action. Let's make this real. We'll walk through a hypothetical but very realistic Winnipeg case study to show you the dollars and cents impact of this strategy. So let's take a local fabrication shop. They're desperate for experienced welders, and it's so bad they're actually turning down new jobs. Instead of just bumping the pay again and hoping for the best, they partner with a local college. They bring on 2 apprentices and use the government grant to slash the training cost. So what's the first result? They cut their overtime bill by an estimated 45 grand a year. Why? Because the apprentices can handle the simpler jobs, freeing up their senior guys to focus on the high-value, complex work. That's a direct hit to the bottom line. And the second result? Production throughput goes up by 15%. Now that they have a stable, growing team, they can finally say yes to those jobs they were turning down. So they're not just cutting costs, they're actively growing revenue. Now, quick note, these are illustrative numbers, but they're absolutely based on realistic industry data. This is the tangible financial impact you can expect when you stop chasing talent and start building it. Okay, last section, your next move. We've laid out the data, the problem, and the playbook. The skills gap is the biggest challenge facing your business in Winnipeg right now. The only question left is, what are you going to do about it? If you're done making excuses and you're ready to actually solve this, here's the first step. Comment "hiring" below this video. I will personally send you the exact pipeline checklist and the interview scorecard you need to hire for potential. It's time to execute.